Hello there everyone, welcome back to another Star Wars Galaxy of Heroes roster review. So this one, Snowy Fox from Shadowlands Fallen. So I believe, I might be mistaken, but I believe this is my first Shadowlands roster review. I've had to just do a little bit of a Google for the simple fact that Shadowlands is a guild or an alliance I know of, but I didn't know a lot of. So I wasn't sure where Fallen is sort of like in the hierarchy. Hopefully Snowy Fox can clarify this for me, but I believe Fallen is the smaller of their guilds. I don't know exactly how that compares to other guilds in the game, but I did have a look at the GP. It looks a very competitive guild to say the least. We're going to look at Snowy's roster, and I think it's safe to say there is no suffering from being in that guild. So, yeah, I find Shadowlands and all these top alliances or guilds quite fascinating, just for the simple fact that, yeah, it's... how do I phrase this? Even if you're at the lower end of the spectrum, you're still going to get probably better rewards than people at the higher spectrum of other alliances or guilds. So, yeah, I hope I word that right. I think I've got a lot of respect for you, for your guild, your alliance, let's put it like that. So, yeah, I'll leave it there. One thing I will say though, please, if you can, please give a shout out to Rose and your guild. He's in my shard. Seems a quiet guy, a nice guy. Just want to shout out to him and say, hey there. Alright, so enough with the self-indulgence. Let's see what's going on with Snowy. Okay, so Snowy has got 4 GLs. We're looking at Rey, JML, C, and JMK. And quite naturally, all of the big meta tunes are filled out, including Executor at 6-star, as we saw on the front screen. Now, as far as stats, total GP of 7.396 million, so looking pretty tasty there, if I may say so. Top 82.306. Be honest, that surprised me. That seems a little bit low, but maybe I'm just misreading it. Maybe when you balance it out with Fleet, it does make a bit more sense. Top 65 of 195, and Fleet, as I say, 3.08. So it does balance out. Fleet top 80. It does surprise me though the top 80 is that low. Again, I'm going to have to do some comparisons for my own sake just to see if that is maybe surprisingly low. Especially with 4 GLs, you would have had a lot of tunes at Relic, as we're going to see next stat at 105 Gear 13s. 165 Zetas as well, so you're certainly cashing them in. Well done. You've got 4 Relic 8s. I couldn't see a Relic 9 on there. I'm assuming you've got Relic 9 materials by this point, because by my calculations, your guild will have been able to have done, been earning at least 1 droid brain per TW. So I'm assuming at the very least you're hoarding. So quite interesting you haven't applied it, let's say that. 21 Relic 7s, 8 Relic 6s, 31 Relic 5s, and 39 Relic 4s or below. Then finally speed mods. The numbers to me look good as far as 29-25 pluses, 80-20 pluses, 190-15 pluses, and offense mods you've got 10-4-6 percenters and 3 6 pluses. So yeah, you're looking up solid on your mods. We'll see how they're applied, but the numbers look good. That's the key thing though. Numbers look good, or the actual application good. So let's get into your roster. Let's see how it's looking. Okay, so as always, what we're going to do, we're just going to go faction by faction. Okay, so we're going to start off with 5 first. So we've got a Relic 6 trio at the top, followed by Relic 5, 5, and 6. I can only assume that's Zimbindle drain. You just couldn't really push them past the Electrium, so you just stopped before you had to use the Zimbindles. Yeah, 6s. Ooh, gnarly. I think I've looked at your account on the wrong day. Oops. Okay, Echo's got some. 283 speed. Wow, that is a fast Echo. Damage is okay. To my knowledge, Echo can get up to 10k on special offense, maybe even 12, so Yeah, that looks okay. I'm a bit surprised though at that speed. I don't think I've seen an Echo at 283. That's interesting. Again, I don't know if you've just slapped some mods on, because obviously 5s and gas are unmodded. Is Rex missing? Rex is missing too. Right. Yeah, I'm going to struggle to talk if there's a lot of this. I'm going to be honest. What I can at least say is you've got these tunes at high relic level. But yeah, I've come to your account on the wrong day. I'm curious what you're doing now. I'm like, I need to see. I need to see. Okay, so you're working on your Bad Batch. I'm going to take a stab in the dark that you're thinking about Lord Vader. SLKO does seem to be the other one you're missing, so maybe we'll check in there, see how your First Order are getting on. Just for clarification for anyone who's curious, when the roster review was submitted, Snowy did say that they were farming Executor as the next project. So, or at least it said Executor next project, so I don't know if that was, I've got the Executor, what do you think should be my next project, or the Executor is. So either way, Executor was a big part of the plans at that point. So yeah, Bad Batch, they're pretty much how I use them, just Zetas applied, they can probably do some cheap stuff. Out of curiosity, how fast is your Echo? 250, so yeah, a bit like mine on Temin, I think. I think mine's about 240 there, so you've got the benefit of better mods on here, I'd say. But yeah, you've probably got him just quick enough to take out something that's really slow. So yeah, it's something if ever you just needed a cheesy clean-up for something. Alright, Bounty Hunters, we've got a rough idea of what's going on here. So 8, 7, 5, 5, 5, 5. Yeah, the requirements you've had to do makes sense. You've got Aura at 7. I'm curious if you're working on Fennec. I mean, Fennec would have helped you with Conquest. And yeah, I've got me curious there. I keep bringing it up, the Sith Bombers on the same node, and that is a brilliant ship to be going for. Especially with this leak from a few months ago that the Ravager for Nihilus is on its way. So I don't know if you're going for it, but I would certainly advise it. Zam with Zamacron as well, if you're going for Lord Vader, you're going to need that. So that's a pair I'd say to work on. I mean, Embo as well, if you're going for Lord Vader, you're going to need. I feel sorry just seeing Grief there, because Grief is like, I like him, he's probably one of the better bounty hunters. And yeah, I could wax lyrical about bounty hunters all day. Let's just have a look at what you've got. Okay, so your Bosk. Got some mods. That's a good start. 288 speed. We've got 86k protection, 122 tenacity. There's a pretty nice balance there. At Relic 5, I think that's okay. Considering you do get protection from Mastery, I would say getting him to Relic 7 would be nice for the protection, especially if you use him in the lead. But yeah, I'm going to say you've got choices to make as you move forward, so maybe one for down the road, but yeah, of course, if you've got other priorities, it's not one right now. Your modding, is it in principle alright? You got tenacity there, protection there, speed. So yeah, you're looking solid. I can't see any glaring errors, let's say that. Okay, how about your Boba? Okay, we're missing a mod. Okay, so I'm not going to look into that. Again, this is where normally I would be deep diving into mods, but I think this might actually play into your hands. If you have issues with your modding or you're uncomfortable, then I'm not going to be picking at it. But yeah, when you've got incomplete sets, I can't really tell what your target is. So I know that there's 5 out of 6, but I don't know what that missing mod would do. So I'm going to leave that a little bit just so I don't speculate. Okay, so we've got droids. We'll come back to these in due course. I'm liking a lot of what I see there though. Empire. Okay, obviously you got your Piet at Relic 8. Are you using him? No, you're missing a mod. I'm feeling sorry here. I usually do try and talk about these things. Okay, Vader. Vader's looking chunky. What have you got on him? 272. Okay, yeah, I'm really feeling nerfed by this. It's not your fault, obviously. If you're doing something in game, it can't be helped. But it's one of those where I don't want to go too much into it because I'm looking here and I think, are you doing GOTB right now and you just want to make sure you got your best mods on your Empire or something? You know, I have no idea. So what I'm seeing here, I kind of like. I'd personally go for an offense primary if you're going to do an offense build. I wouldn't even go for crit chance now with bad mercilesses. I like your potency though, I think that's good. I think your speed was good. But yeah, that's what I'm seeing. You got nice damage there as well, so it's another reason to just double down on the offense primary there. But if you want a bit of crit damage, I can get that. Personally, I prefer crit damage sets anyway, so yeah, that's what I'm seeing. Thrawn, missing a bit, okay. Gideon, missing a bit. I really feel like I've come at the worst time. Dark Trooper, you know, I have to laugh at that. I've clicked on Dark and I don't really know the best, like the base stats for him, if you like, as far as what is a good goal. I mean, 276 seems nice and fast. Damage 6,869, 2,135 from mods. That does seem solid to me. But then again, I don't even know offhand what my Dark Trooper's got on Crimson. So that could be good. It could be subpar. I honestly don't know. But to me right here, guessing, it looks good. I shouldn't have clicked on Dark. Okay. Yeah, I'm going to just skip over a few of these, unfortunately, just for the fact I don't really know if it's good or not. And I don't want to be guessing with you. Ewoks. Okay, so we haven't followed me down the Ewok path, so we will move along. We know you've got 3PO. First Order. Okay, looks to be a priority. Looks to be. So 2 7s, a 5, 2 Rallic. Well, do we call them Rallics before Rallic 1? 2 Gear 13s. Then 3 Gear 12s. And I'd say the other 2 are spare parts, really. So yeah, you're making good progress. What I would say, hooks, Rallic 5, it isn't that bad, I didn't find. I mean, I think any Rallic 5 isn't that bad in the context of, say, Lord Vader, who's got minimum Rallic 5s. So yeah, I'd say you got the worst bit out of the way because you got Papa Palps as well, so you got your 3 7s done. So yeah, from here it's just 5s and 3s, so you should be done fairly soon if you can just slap the gear on. Let's move. Oh, hang on, what speed is your hooks? Because you've obviously got all the gear. 273, that's not bad. I'm going to say speed arrow, okay. I do always say if you can afford it, try and put crit avoidance on him with speed secondaries, but that's like when you've got Rallic 5 or even push him to Rallic 7. But that's just a luxury, it's not a must. Okay, so Galactic Republic. You got your JMK here. So I confess, I do not know too much about JMK with mods. I'm quite glad about that right now, that we aren't really going to have to look at them. But congratulations on your JMK. I do need to look into JMK mods. He's my farming priority on my middle account Crimson. And yeah, I can't go into that blind. So I'm going to have to look into what he wants. I'm assuming it's speed and health, just for the simple fact that you got protection up, so there's health in the kit, and speed obviously because speed rules. Let's just have a look what else you've got. So we saw gas was demodded. Let's have a look at Shaq. Missing. Okay, I'll flex that for you regardless. Well done on your Rallic 7 cam. I'm assuming if you could, you would take him to Rallic 8 because he seems to bonk people on the head quite hard. I mean, with a head that hard, I'm not surprised. But yeah, 255 speed, 9,753 damage. Wow, that looks good to me. Again, probably goes up with Rallics, maybe even if you put some harder hitting mods on, maybe. But I couldn't tell you differently. I've not got cam anywhere, so congratulations, you've done well there. I mean, I'm just looking. Health, crit damage, speed, got offense in the secondaries. For an attacker, this all looks pretty solid to me. Okay, so I hope you're enjoying him. You got Commander Ahsoka, demodded. Again, I'm not going to look with missing mods, just in case it's having an impact. What else we got down here? We got your Qui-Gon with the army. 243 speed, about 9. Oh, it isn't 90, it's 87k, they're about 88. So yeah, could probably survive a few hits, Qui-Gon. Maybe not a big 100k from a GL, obviously, but if that's the case, boom, he goes down and the rest of the team does the work. Although, saying that, it wouldn't really do it because of the GL anti-GL kit. So yeah, he should still survive a turn or two now, which is pretty cool. I'm going to have to see how Qui-Gon's changed, because I have actually applied Omicron to Qui-Gon today on my middle account again. He's only gear 7 on there, but I keep saying to myself, I've put it on early, that way I have got like a silly little option for these rubbish Jedi I've got. And yeah, I kind of like the idea that as I build him up, that team will get better. You know, it doesn't need further Zeta or Omicron investment, so I'll see how that goes. But yeah, I think there's not a lot else to see there. Build your Plo up if you can, please. Barris, of course, quite nice. Relics just for the health and the healing, so another one to work on if you get the time, but I'm sure you know this. Geonosians. Okay, pretty much mirroring me again with Crimson. My Brood Alpha is 12, but the other two are Relic, Spy and Sunfac. So I'm liking it. I think Spy is a great Relic. I'm trying to get some gear on Brood Alpha right now, but he's conflicting with some of my other farms, particularly Stuncuffs. So Brood Alpha may have to wait until JMK is done. Bit of a shame though, because I would like to get them gear 12 pieces on him, but I can't. But yeah, I like it. Let's move down the list again. So we've seen your troopers. Inquisitorius were a bit early for that. Jedi. Oh, hang on. No. Jawa. Okay, not a lot to see there, but I thought I'm not neglecting Jawas again. Okay, so JML. Have we got anything here? Missing again. I'm sorry, Snowy, because I'm sure you don't deliberately do this. I'm sure you don't. How about Yoda? I never looked at Yoda before. Yeah, missing a few there. Yeah, I'm trying to see something that I wouldn't normally look at. Jolie. Okay, you got all them. They're all health mods. 99k health. Very low tenacity though. I'll scream it till everyone knows this. Tenacity. Please. Tenacity equals crit avoidance. Crit avoidance means he's harder to kill. I'm dumbing that down. I've said it in pretty much every roster review video where I've seen a Jolie. Just, I'm going to die on this hill, honestly, and I don't know how many people are following me up it, but honestly, I truly believe this is the way to mod him. I'm going to say tenacity mods, tenacity primary on the cross, and crit avoidance on the arrow. Flood the secondaries with health. I'm going to say I showed in my video yesterday when I'm going to do my Jolie there. It's currently Relic 1, it'll go up to Relic 7. With my current mods, I can get 90k health with tenacity. So it's possible. You don't need 100k, in my opinion, if you've got crit avoidance and tenacity giving crit avoidance. One I would just really implore people to consider. Okay. Ayla, how have you got her modded? Crit avoidance, crit chance and health. Okay, the one that I would say, and I'm going off Zareth here, he was suggesting crit avoidance and potency. So, let's see, what is your crit chance total? 79.14. And your potency is 73.17. So both of those could do with a bit of improvement. I know the argument might be she's not a A-team Jedi, she's not someone you use regularly, so why worry? And I agree, you don't need to make her a priority. But say you're a bit like myself who uses Grand Ivory Mod Optimizer, or you've got something like that in the running, just put a crit chance arrow on there. Sorry, not arrow, triangle. You know, just try and make sure that you're flooding a mod with crit chance. Get your potency on the cross, which you've already got, so well done there. Just try and give her as much chance as you can to get those two stats up. If they don't get to 100, fair enough, but at least then I would say it's been modded effectively. For those of you just watching and you're wondering what the heck am I on about, essentially, it's Superior Riposte, I believe. She has got all this, 10% crit chance, 65% counter chance, and plus 50% counter damage. But in addition, she stuns a target for 1 turn whenever she critically hits. So, you get the potency to try and land the stun, and you want the crit chance so that it gives you the chance to get the stun. So, pretty simple there. Plus 10% critical chance, you look at that and you think you only need to hit 90 really to at least get to a stage where if someone's not got crit chance or crit avoidance, you're going to crit. So that'd be the way I'd look at it. Try and hit 90. If you go over, you've got more crit chance than you probably need. So that's how I'd look at it. But yeah, I think that'd be it for Jedi. Mandos. We haven't got a mole on here. I'm going to take the assumption based on what I've seen so far that you maybe faded from Conquest a bit when the changes happened and it got a bit more grinded and it was necessary for. Saying that, you've got a nice baby Mando team, shall we say. I mean, Bo, Armourer. I love Armourer, by the way. We wouldn't really put the Mandalorian in here, but we could do, say, Django if you wanted instead of the Separatists. You could do Beskar if you haven't got a team for him. Sabine, Candy. You've got a few options if you wanted to play around with something just to, I don't know, do a GC or something. So you got options. You're doing pretty good here. Gar and Imperial are pretty much, I am building up a Mandalorian team, not I'm just playing around with them. Okay, sisters, how are they looking? Rally 5 Daka, I salute you. Got a zombie at gear 12, a spirit at gear 12. Again, I'm pointing at my own video. Spirit, gear 12. If you can push her to relics, that could be quite tasty. But the one that I was having a little chat about last night on my stream, I believe it was Romeo Lanu who was saying it. Night Sister Retaliation, I can't really show you the full kit just based on what I'm seeing here, but the Zeta, it is surprisingly tasty. And I say that because I'm not saying I'm going to jump straight at it, but if you were to have a full Relic Night Sister team, it would be quite good because the Zeta does grant 100% offense when she pretty much when she counters under full health. So if I'm recalling correctly, what Romeo was suggesting is if you take mods off of Initiate, so I think the idea was the square and the diamond, so you just have the arrow, triangle, cross and circle, and if you mod all of those for offense, then in theory you can have it that your Initiate still dies fast because she's got less mods, but she's still got a lot of offense in her, so that when she's reviving under Talzin, she's actually getting more offense. I did like the idea. I thought it was a clever idea as far as how to use her and how to mod her, but I'm a bit like you. I've kept her at that kind of gear level pretty much since I got her unlocked, just for the fact I remember she was a good cheese team in phase 3 of the Sith Raid. So I can't say I've got a mad rush to go and follow up on that plan, but what I thought is I will share it because I like the idea. I'm curious what other people think, and yeah, I think I give praise to that idea. I think it was a very fun use for Initiate. So I'm just going to click on Daka. Let's see, I got a modded. Health, 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 health. Looks solid there. What I would say, just 2 little points for consideration. First of all, I'm loving the health pool, so very nice. 2 possible alterations you can make, especially as you're getting into relics. You could possibly switch the primary there to crit avoidance, just for the simple fact that she's got crit avoidance and a mastery. So at Relic 5 she's got 7.5, so that would take her up to 42.5. Yep, I'm just checking my numbers there. And similarly, this one's more debatable, but the primary you could switch to Tenacity. So what Tenacity are you at the moment? You are 55.71. Now, again, Tenacity might be a weird one as far as it doesn't really scream something Daka needs when health is a priority. But the one thing you don't really want with Dakka, as much as you don't want it dying, you don't want it to be ability blocked or stunned. You don't want the debuff sticking to it. So Tenacity wouldn't be a bad shout. If you were to say health, by no means am I saying it's wrong. In fact, I think the modding you've got is great. I'm just toying with ideas for you as far as if you were to just say, you know what, I'm just going to try this, see what Tenacity and Crit Avoidance are like. Maybe you find that you actually got a nice build for your Dakka, or at least nicer than what you've got. It could be that it's the reverse and you think your current build is nice. But I'm floating that idea out there because Crit Avoidance I think will work. Tenacity might be debatable though, so just food for thought. But yeah, your health pool looked incredible. What's your speed as well? 95, so it wasn't crazy fast, but it was still a nice little touch of speed there. Okay, so rest of these sisters, I'm pretty sure just from Relics they'll do the job. Really, Dakka's the machine of that team, so not much else to look at there. Old Republic, I'm not expecting much here. Yeah, pretty much what I expected. Let's move along. Rebels. Okay. Let's have a look at what you're doing here. So CLS. Got Tenacity. Crit damage. Okay. So, one of my things with CLS, it's not even CLS, it is actually anyone who I use with offensive mods, if you like. I like the speed on him, 316, but my thought is, CLS is he's essentially the toon that the team feeds off. We're looking at 3PO and Chewie in a moment, and he takes all his stats off, or takes stats off CLS. Now, he isn't taking speed, so for me, you want to do what is best for 3PO and Chewie. So I would personally swap these speed mods for offense mods. Get an offense primary in there. I'd keep the Tenacity, I think Tenacity is very important for the team, but try and flood him with offense, because that way, when 3PO and Chewie's taking the offense later, let's just double check for you. Here we go. Takes 40% of the leader's max health, max protection, offense, defense, potency, and tenacity. So both offense and tenacity will be stolen from CLS, and the more you've got of that, the better. I mean, let's just double check. I won't do my due diligence. Let's just see what your offense was. Yeah, you haven't got a lot of physical offense there. So that'd be my way of thinking, because don't get me wrong, 316 is quite nice on CLS, but I would argue it's overkill. You could probably get away with 280. I mean, 280 to 290 is still pretty quick, but you could trade in some of that speed and get more offense. Again, food for thought. I'm not saying you've got to change it. You know, there are some times in these videos I do pretty much put my foot down and say, this is wrong, change it. But this is one where I think, if you're happy with this modding, I'm not going to say change it, but it doesn't mean I agree with it either. I do quite firmly believe you need offense at least, just for the fact that the offense is what 3PO and Chewie wants. Okay, so Chewbacca, all Tenacity mods. Yeah. This is the stuff he likes. Teeny bit slow. Tons of Tenacity. Little bit of damage. What I would say, just going back to CLS and 3PO and Chewie, if you're giving CLS Tenacity, remember you don't need as much on Chewbacca. You still need some so he doesn't get dazed, but what I would say, maybe you could afford to swap in 4 of them Tenacity mod sets for offense mods or crit damage mods, but then make sure they've got Tenacity secondaries. It would be a little tricky, I'm not going to say it isn't, but it might be a better way of doing it, so that maybe the goal for Tenacity is more 100 to 120 rather than 140, and that way you can probably get a bit more offense on, because yes, it's not bad, but you think to yourself, he is still an attacker. You know, whilst he is the engine, well, he isn't the engine, he's more the protector of the team. I would say it's still quite important to put some offense on him. I think there's only one move here that deals damage a certain... Hang on, let me just have a look through the kit. Here we go. So when Chewbacca deals damage to an enemy, he deals bonus damage equal to 20% of their max health. Okay, so it wasn't exactly what I was thinking. I thought it was based on his stats there. But, yeah, like I say, it wouldn't hurt to get more offense on him, because even though he is the guard of the team, quite literally, he's still an attacker. So that'd be my view. Just try and trust CLS a little bit. Try and trust CLS and 3PO and Chewie, and just see if they alone keep the days off. I mean, unless you're coming up against a very potent gas, then you would hopefully have enough tenacity with 100% plus what CLS is giving. Okay, so let's go along to Han. Okay, we can't see the full mod set. I'm seeing crit damage though, so I'm assuming that is a crit damage mod. We can't tell the stats, so I will move on, but that did look quite okay. Okay, so you got offensive crit chance here. Got 66% tenacity. Yeah, you got an offense there. Now, I don't disagree here, because I've been talking about this a few times. If the allied leader is a rebel, 3PO and Chewie gains 40% of the leader's max health, max protection, offense, defense, potency and tenacity at the start of the first encounter, and rebel allies gain half of that amount. So that to me reads they gain 20% of CLS's stats. It doesn't say that CLS's stats are added on to 3PO and Chewie, and then 3PO and Chewie spreads them. So how I look at that, you don't need to mod 3PO for tenacity, but saying that, it wouldn't hurt either. I mean, this isn't a cleanse, is it? Oh no, it is Dispel or Debuff on 3PO and Chewie. So there is an argument that what you could do is mod 3PO and Chewie for crit damage, purely because he's going to gain advantage, but try and make it fast crit damage. So you would need most likely a tenacity primary there, but then you could do crit damage there, and then speed, and then everything else is flooded with speed. That, I'll be honest, I'm theory crafting as much as I'm thinking of my own 3PO and Chewie here as much as anything. But what I'm looking at, I'm thinking offense, you're lacking a bit of speed on that mod, I've got to say. Double offense there, so that's looking good. Offense primary, again, this is kind of where I'm thinking maybe crit damage is better considering there's advantage in the kit. Speed, that's okay. Protection, he'll recover, so that's not bad. Again, offense isn't bad. I'm standing by maybe tenacity's better on 3PO and Chewie considering he's only getting 20% of CLS's. So yeah. Quite interesting. It's not bad by any stretch. I just think maybe... I was talking about Chewbacca and you got them tenacity mods. Maybe it's a case of strip a few of them off Chewbacca and put a few of them on 3PO and Chewie. So you could go for a crit damage tenacity build. Okay, last one I'm going to look at here, Mon Mothma. You're going for tenacity, crit chance, and health. 204 speed. Alright, me personally, I want to get mine faster. So I look at yours and I think yours is quite slow, at least compared to where I want mine. You know, ideally, if I could get the mods, I'd be wanting around 250, because that way she's 300 speed to start. Now, I don't think that's really easy. I wouldn't be moaning at anyone struggling for that. So what I would say, try and aim at least for the 220 mark, just for the simple fact that 220 is then 270. 270 isn't great, but it may at least beat some poor teams out the gate. Whereas I think 250 or 254 in this case, yeah, probably quite a lot of teams will go first in that scenario. So maybe just bump the speed up a little bit. All you really need to do is put a speed set on. Okay, so we looked at your rebels. Let's have a look at your resistance. Oh dear. Okay, I was looking forward to having a look at that as well. So, oopsie day. Finn. Yay, okay. 305. I've seen faster, but still 305 is solid. So, yeah, I'm not going to do mine's bigger than yours because, well, for starters, it isn't. But yeah, 305, I think that is probably where I'd want mine. I know I couldn't afford to get my Finn like 330, 340 or at whatever ridiculous speeds there are out there. But 305, I'd say that's pretty solid for an offense team, just that you can use it and it will be pretty quick. So, yeah, I like that. Okay, I think I'm going to move on now, just for now anyway. Scoundrels. So, it's like Dobson's choice here. What shall we go for? Ooh, that's interesting. It's 5 tenacity mods and then a health mod. Granted, it's got tenacity. Yeah, you got 132% tenacity. Not a lot of damage, so you've gone for a pure tenacity build by the looks of it. I feel like that's a bit of a shame on her. You know, she's rallied 3. She could probably put out some decent damage numbers. Of course, you're going to need tenacity. I'm not going to deny that or anything. I'm just thinking maybe you could do with putting an offense set on with tenacity, because you've also got the right arrow. But yeah, also you've obviously got the right primary on your cross. But maybe get offense and tenacity. Okay, I'm going to leave Beskar for the simple fact that Gear 12 is just a little bit early for me to look at him, I think. Let's have a see here. Speed, protection, health, defense, very nice. Defense, health, protection, health. Again, I like. Defense, crit chance, speed, defense, health. Yeah, looking good. Defense, health, speed, tenacity. Again, I like. Defense, speed, defense. And protection, defense, defense, protection. Yeah, I like. I haven't got L3 at Relic. I haven't got L3 pretty much geared up anywhere, to be fair. But she's a toon I would like, because I think there's a lot of good stuff in her kit. What I would say, and again, I don't know her that well, but I would have thought just a little bit of speed wouldn't hurt, just so that she can keep using... Yeah, it wasn't Spark of Hope. It's the third ability, the one where she gains... That's it, the Mark 1s. Yeah, at the start of Battle L337 gains the Enhanced Mark 1 special ability. So, yeah, you'd have thought you'd want it to be fast just so she can go through these. I mean, even if she's only there as like an initial sacrifice, just something to basically throw to the wolves so that they eat it, I would still say it's not bad having a bit of speed. But again, if you really want it to be tanky, you don't care about if she's taking turns for that, I get it. I get it. You've probably modded it to just be a slow, annoying tank, so I respect that. Right, I'm not seeing anything else standing out here. I mean, well done on getting Queel and IG to Gear 12. They'll at least be working with Mando. You got your dash at Gear 8, is that maybe? Yeah, you haven't put an army on him. I think I've only seen your Qui-Gon army. I haven't spotted another. Let's see, Separatists. Okay, so I'm curious what your Grievous is like. I'm going to be curious for a while. I'm sorry. I really feel like I've pictured the wrong day for you. I keep saying it. Oh dear. B1. Yay! Mods. Okay, 301. That's a fast boy. Again, I am assuming you're doing something. Maybe you're doing GOTB with him. I would say that's fairly low damage, but then again, Relic 4, maybe it'll pump up a bit with relics, so maybe I'm just imagining it. I could have sworn though you could get to about 8k, but I'm thinking with offense mods as well, so yeah. I wouldn't have thought you'd need a health mod, let's say that. You've gone speed, offense, offense. Okay. This is just how I've done it personally. I've gone for offense mods with potency, so it's 4 offense, 2 potency. Offense on, sorry, speed on the arrow, but then offense. So you've done that how I do it. But I feel like the offense primaries just boost that offense, and I don't know about anyone else. I don't feel like B1 really needs a lot of speed. But again, maybe you're doing something with TB and I can't really work out your intention because of it. If you're doing the Dooku special mission at this point, maybe that's it. Maybe you've tried to mod your B1 to be fast to keep taking turns to heal up your team. Is your Dooku modded? Yeah, you got mods. Ooh, those are big boy mods. Yeah, 335. I am assuming you're doing the Dooku mission as we're talking. Or as I'm talking, I should say. Yeah, Liz Potency, Tenacity. That looks like Dooku SM mods. Well, I'm saying special mission, it's a CM, isn't it? Okay, let's leave it there. Sith, how are they looking? Your Sith Eternal, anything on here? Nope. I feel like I'm going to have to put a red flag up to people when I do these and say, can you just leave your good mods on while I do it? I can't expect people to do it, but damn it, I feel bad when I can't flex things for people. Okay, so oh no, I think we looked at Vader, haven't we? Yeah, we looked at Vader. Raven. Okay, we've got full mods here. So 342, pretty decent speed that. Is your BSF modded? Yeah, got mods on her. 308, very nice. What else we got? Your Malik. 291 speed, 130 protection. Again, I'm just sharing this because I saw it the other day and I just want to keep bringing this up. Zareth, again, just checking it is Zareth. Yeah, I believe it was Zareth. Debating about Darth Malik's modding as far as not needing Tenacity. From what I can tell, you're following it for the fact you haven't got a Tenacity mod set and you're doing protection modding plus crit avoidance. I haven't seen crit avoidance on Malik. Interesting. But yeah, for those of you who didn't catch the last one or the last time I brought it up, simply put with, click the right button, ferocity. Tenacity is reduced by 15% per stack of ferocity. So, pretty much straight out of the gate, you're getting stacks of ferocity, you're going to be losing 15% tenacity per stack of ferocity, and when he uses Force Storm, he gains more ferocity, or Mallet does. So tenacity is quite moot, including defense. So yeah, you may as well just mod for protection and try and keep him beefy. So pretty simple there. Ooh, have you got Scion modded? Have you got him fast? 266, that's respectable, that. Armor's a little low, but I'm going to say the speed was nice. Okay. Treya. 264 again, very fast. On, you know, for Treya's place in the game anyway. Another one that's been shouted out before, but I'll bring it up just for anyone who's curious. Crit Avoidance once again. Crit avoidance on the arrow, simple reason, Sith allies have plus 40% critical avoidance. So you mod for crit avoidance on the arrow, you are getting 75% crit avoidance on Treya. That does not include anything she is gaining from her mastery. So currently this Treya is at Relic 2, she has got 3% crit avoidance, so she would be at 75% before that, so she's now at 78. So, the more mastery you add via relics, the higher that crit avoidance is getting, and I think I've heard that at Relic 9, she would be going close to 90. I think it's 90, I might be wrong. But whichever way you look at it, that is pretty impressive as far as if you're trying to have your key tune in this team, which is Treya, not being crit. It's a great way of just beefing her up. So yeah, I like it. You got Talon Zeta. Have you done anything else there? No, you haven't deep dived into the Omicron world, but yeah, proven loyalty. I haven't done it myself, but it does seem a pretty interesting Zeta. I'll probably do it one day. Okay, so Sith Empire, I think we've covered them, so yeah, let's just move back to the top here. So, I've spoken for a long time when I haven't really been able to cover a lot of things, just down to modding, unfortunately. And yeah, I'm sorry I picked the wrong time to look at this. I mean, I've got JKL here. Let's just have a look at offense while I've seen it. 10k, respectable that. 212 speed as well, so I'd call that good. Simple reason being, you've put as much offense as you can while giving him some speed, so I like that. Crit avoidance on the arrow. Ooh. Can't say I've seen that before, though. Okay, I'm curious what that's about. Let me back out a minute. Yeah, you've got the ult on JML, so it's not like you're farming something where you need JKL to be anti-crit. Are you using him in GA as a lead and you want people to find it hard hitting him? Yeah, again, fill me in on that one. I'm curious. But yeah, as far as your roster goes, I'm impressed. I think you've got a lot of things well built. You've got, I wouldn't say gaps in your roster, but there are things that I can see you may need to work on if you want to get other toons. So when we're looking at Lord Vader, I'd say you're not far from it. Just Bad Batch really, probably lagging there, obviously Tusken Raider. But the likes of Embo, that he isn't far away, Zam isn't a million miles away, so you won't be far off when you make the big push for it. I'm assuming though your immediate goal was SLKR because those first order look quite close, and if we just go to ships, yeah, you've got your finalised 7-star, you've got Piet at 6, who I'm assuming is your priority as far as how things are going, but yeah, you look to be doing quite solid as far as SLKR requirements. I didn't check your Vet Horn though. Let me just have a quick look at that before I wrap up. Vet Horn. Okay, he's lagging behind a bit, but let's be honest. Most of us who've done SLKR probably leave Vet Horn to last because he's the one that makes the least sense. You know, you can argue, alright, well, Papa Palps will beef up my Empire, and you can kind of justify doing him early. But Vet Horn, unless you've got your resistance ready, which in fairness you have, you don't really need Vet Horn, and I think that'd be the only reason I'd do him early, because you've got Rey and you've got Chewbacca at that gear, so you could bring him up so the repair, but I wouldn't say you really need to hurry it either. So yeah, just to wrap up here, what I will say is, if you're going for SLKR, good luck, because I think that one is very close. I'd say maybe 6 weeks to 2 months away. You know, that's if you're farming at my speed. Maybe you're putting refreshes in, or even, I don't know if you spend offhand, but if you're spending, maybe there's a bit there as well that could cut time off. If you're going for Lord Vader, obviously there's going to be a bit longer. Bad Batch, they will take time. I didn't check your Starkiller Rex, but I'm assuming you're not going for them. So I saw 1 or 2 have been worked on. Yeah, you got Zeta on Kyle. I think if you can start farming him now, that's decent for TB anyway. I'm sure you're doing alright in TB, but it doesn't hurt. We saw Talon was certain gear. I think actually we saw most of them. Mara's the only one I didn't see. You haven't unlocked Mara. So, yeah, I don't think you're going for Starkiller anytime soon, but maybe that'll change when they're all on Cantina nodes, most likely. So, yeah, what we'll say, if you want to come back at some point, say 6 months down the line, say you've got your SLKR or your Lord Vader and you want to give it to Flex, give us a shout. If there's anything you want to clarify in the comments, as far as, well, for starters, if you want to tell me how you're modding certain things. Honestly, I do look at mods a lot in these videos, so I don't know how I've managed to stretch this video out to 50 minutes, to be honest. But I'd like to think at the very least I've given you a strong flex for your strength of depth in your roster. I'm curious how you're getting on in GA as well, because I'm assuming you're in Kyber let's have a look. Kyber 1. Kyber 2. So, yeah, Kyber 2, you're probably coming up against 5 and 6 GL opponents. Yeah, I've heard tales of people who've been in Kyber 1 or Kyber 2, and yeah, they'd never get an easy match like 3 GLs. So, yeah, I'm curious how you're getting on. I'd say you've probably got some counters in there. Let me just think. Sith Eternal's obviously an offense unit, so you can use them. You could probably put Rey down, JMK down, JML down. So I suppose then it all depends what you've got for counters, and your imps looked good in terms of gear, so you've got them if you wanted to try and take out, say, a weak C. Rey, I think you would struggle without building up Cal Katarn. Maybe your gas could do it with the right mods. Kenobi, I'm trying to think what I've seen for counters of Kenobi. What I will say for certain, right, because I'm trying to think of counters off my head and that isn't going to help, but I'm pretty sure you've got the Jedi team that you need. Yeah, you've got Revan, JKL, or Ben Bast. So you can do that if you want. That is something at least. You've got a way of countering a Slacker without using a GL. So that gives you one straight away. But I'll be honest, right, I'm just stalling for time here. I don't know why. So hopefully you're doing well in GA. I'll be honest. I don't envy your place in GA. I think it gets very, very hectic. So good luck. That's all I'll add. Okay, so thank you for listening, folks. Sorry about the waffly end there. I think I was just in awe of 4GLs for some reason at the end. But yeah, if you enjoyed it, hit the like button. If you haven't already, hit the subscribe button. I try and do a roster review once a week. If you've already had one requested, I am trying to get around to them, but like I say, I'm doing one a week at minimum. So it will take a bit of time, unfortunately. So please be patient. Other than that, thank you for watching, thank you for listening, and I hope to see you in the next one. Bye for now, everyone.